This creek right here will lead to Foster Falls, and it is really going good today. And we're going to get a good look at Foster Falls in just a few minutes from a natural overlook. And here we're getting ready to start the southern end of the Fiery Gizzard Trail. You stay on this trail for the next 13 or 14 miles, you're going to end up in Tracy City at the Grundy Forest Trailhead. We're not going to do that today. We might do it later on. That's a future hike, but we're going to concentrate on about 2.5 miles of the south end of the Fiery Gizzard Trail. So let's go. And so we are right here, but how do they know that? Anyway, we're right here, and we're going to be following the Rim Trail. A couple of campsites. We'll go to the small wilds area if we have time and then come back. But today's hike is going to feature some waterfalls that are unnamed and some very nice overlooks. So get ready for a nice hike. Hope you've got your hiking shoes on and ready to enjoy a hike here at the southern end of the Fiery Gizzard. Let's go. Well, here we are back at Foster Falls, but today the show is not going to focus on Foster Falls so much as the south end of the Fiery Gizzard. And so we are right here, but how do they know that? Anyway, we're right here, and we're going to be following the Rim Trail. A couple of campsites. We'll go to the small wilds area if we have time and then come back. But today's hike is going to feature some waterfalls that are unnamed and some very nice overlooks. So get ready for a nice hike. Hope you've got your hiking shoes on and ready to enjoy a hike here at the southern end of the Fiery Gizzard. Let's go. One thing you need to know about Foster Falls and this part of the Gizzard, we're in Marion County. Now you look online, you'll see South Cumberland. This is part of the South Cumberland State Park. The visitor center is located in Mont Eagle, but most of the park is not. And And this part of the park is in Marion County, but very well worth the drive.
As we stand here and look at this, reminded about a couple of months ago over here in the early fall, and this was dry as a bone. It was down to about 2 feet. I've never seen it that dry before. This Foster Falls we're looking at now is actually a dry waterfall a couple months ago.
As we approach the head of the Fiery Gizzard Trail, got some steps here, and one thing that you might not realize, that treated lumber steps can be just as slippery as wet rocks. So you got to be careful on this little neck of the trail, because after you get to the steps, then you've got some rocks that are kind of wet. So take your time, don't get in a big hurry. And we're about to get to the little bridge here over the Fiery Gizzard Creek. We're taking our time because we got some wet leaves on the wet rocks. And we're to the bridge. This creek right here will lead to Foster Falls, and it is really going good today. And we're going to get a good look at Foster Falls in just a few minutes from a natural overlook. And here we're getting ready to start the southern end of the Fiery Gizzard Trail. You stay on this trail for the next 13 or 14 miles, you're going to end up in Tracy City at the Grundy Forest Trailhead. We're not going to do that today. We might do it later on. That's a future hike, but we're going to concentrate on about 2.5 miles of the south end of the Fiery Gizzard Trail. So let's go. Now this is my favorite view of Foster Falls. From the trail, overlooks the waterfall and the plunge pool, and it is absolutely beautiful. Look over across the way to Horsetail Falls, where we were a few minutes ago. There's an overlook, I call it a tourist overlook. Right over there is a wooden deck. And it's easy if you're not a hiker, if you have physical limitations that might keep you from coming to this overlook. That is an easy walk from the parking lot, maybe 200 yards from the parking lot, easy walk from the car, if you just want to come see the waterfall and then go back home. But over here, if I don't fall down, this is my favorite view of Foster Falls. Now back in the early fall, as we mentioned, this waterfall was very dry, and my buddy Deb and I were able to walk where those shiny rocks are, right at the top of the falls, with no trouble at all because the rocks were dry. Hard to believe now. This is the Father Adams campground, the first campsite you get to when you get past Foster Falls. There's another one about 2 miles down the trail, but it's the first one you come to, and a lot of people take advantage of this one. Father Adams campsite. We stopped at one of the overlooks. A lot of overlooks along this trail. Some wild holly berries growing from this overlook. And beyond that, you can see the route of the creek, the Fiery Gizzard Creek that runs along here. And this is a nice little overlook. You can almost see the creek down below. Not quite. There are many more overlooks to see. As we look over this way, you can see those bluffs. Those are overlooks, a lot of them. We're gonna head over that way. The Foster Falls area is a haven for rock climbers who like to come down here and climb these steep bluffs. It's a real challenge, and rock climbers from all over the country come here to test their skills. This is one of the access trails to get to the top of the bluff, or get to the top, you can get back to the trailhead this way. But a really great place for rock climbers to come and see what they can do on these steep bluffs around Foster Falls. It is a beautiful day here. Nice day for hiking, perfect day for hiking. We're gonna proceed on down the trail and see what else there is to see. We've come to a point on the trail where we've run into Mushroom City here. These are, I understand, turkey tails. And look, just thousands of them on these logs here in the middle of the forest. It just keeps going. Different colors. Just amazing. Well, we can hear water. That means we're coming up on a little creek here, or stream, that forms a really nice waterfall. One of those waterfalls that, as far as we know, doesn't have a name. And getting to the base of it will be very difficult, although we're not going to give up on it, but not today.